Hey, what's up? Thank you for joining me for this video. It's going to be a short one and talk about what is next for Conor McGregor. So, I'm chatting with some friends, with my cousin too, about, you know, what's next for Conor. So, I guess I post this video, I've been thinking about it in passing, and there's a few pretty interesting options. I mean, this division really is stacked, heavily with such great talent. So, yeah, I'll try to keep this as short as possible. I always say that, but this whole YouTube thing's new to me, so please bear with me as I learn. Um, like, I've only recently invested in a few things. I mean, I have a pretty nice phone, so far that's been able to do the trick for me. But I got this tripod, which I can't show you because I'm using now. But I'm also gonna look at fixing up the lighting here for videos. But in any case, yeah. Thanks for joining me. And again, please like the video and subscribe. Comment if you have any questions. That's the best way um, to ask. Um, anyway, Conor McGregor. As you probably know if you follow combat sports, then you'll know that he lost the fight. Dustin, put on a show like a boxing clinic. I don't know. So in some parts of it was really, especially after seeing Luke Thomas's breakdown of the fight, it was really masterful boxing from Poirier that won him the fight, and good for him. But yeah, so Conor obviously lost, and as I said, this division's stacked. So if we look at it, I'm just gonna put it up now. You'll know that it's one of the, I would say, definitely the most competitive and skill stacked division in the UFC right now. So obviously Dustin Poirier is number one. He should be champion because there's officially no champion right now. But next is Justin Gaethje, Charles Oliveira, and looks like Michael Chandler's ranked at number four. And then it's Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor, Rafael Dos Anjos, and Dan Hooker, Paul Felder, etc., etc., etc. So I mean, even up to there, it's like really skill stacked division. Mm. For Conor, honestly, like they're saying, I've heard people say Dustin Poirier, Conor three. And sure, if we're talking about like business and money, that would be a big money fight. Like a lot of people would watch that. And I heard, as you know, probably know, this was the second biggest UFC pay-per-view in history. So, obviously in terms of business, it would be a good idea to put that as both fighters' next fight. But honestly, Conor does not deserve mm, a title shot at this stage. Mm. And if you ask me, I don't think Conor would want to fight Dustin Poirier next. I think Conor was outmatched. Like there was just no chance. This wasn't, as soon as for me this was a process. This fight was a process of Dustin Poirier feeling Conor out a bit, which he did really well. And once he had enough knowledge of range and motion and all this and distance, he went on the offensive, and once he did, Conor was out quick. So, I mean, for me, it really looked like he was outmatched. Conor McGregor was outmatched. And so I think he knows that as well. I think, you know, just looking at his facial expression after getting knocked out, it was like total submission and defeat. Not even like questioning or trying to get up anymore. It was just like, yeah, I can't do this. That's how it looked to me. But so yeah, he doesn't deserve it, and I don't think he wants that fight against Dustin Poirier. But certainly Dustin Poirier deserves a title shot his next fight. Or if not, just crown him the interim straight away. I don't know. Um, but I think what would be good options for Conor, if we just look at the rankings, right? Um, it would be a good, uh, it would be good for him to fight either Tony Ferguson, I think. They're both going to be coming off of a loss, and it would be, you know, sort of good redemption fight for both of them, I think. Uh, RDA, mm, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if RDA would be a good option for him. It might be. They do have some kind of a beef, but I'm not sure if Conor would be too keen on that. He might even be better off fighting someone like Paul Felder, maybe, or Alec Quinta. Mm. Or I think actually Conor McGregor, Tony Ferguson would be a good option, and Conor McGregor, and because he's not ranked right now, versus Nate Diaz would be good. I think that would be a good opportunity for redemption for Conor, because Dana White said it best, I think, when he said that for Conor, it's either he goes all out now, or you know, he just quits. Because like I think that means like he still thinks like Conor has a shot, and so do I. It's not a big window of opportunity for him, but I think he could, like for example, maybe fight Tony Ferguson later this year. Both of them could train up. I mean, if Tony Ferguson lost that fight, it's also kind of a big question mark as to what's next for Tony, right? Is it just going to be a loss, or should he just, call it quits as well? Coming out of like, what is that, three fight losing streak if he lost against Conor, or four fight losing streak? I'm not sure, but yeah, and Conor as well. Like if he were to lose against Tony Ferguson, it would be kind of like a elimination match, if you will, right? Whoever loses this should be eliminated from the UFC. But yeah, or Nate Diaz, I think, because they have that history, and but it also makes a lot of business sense. I think if we were talking about Justin Gaethje or Charles Oliveira or even Michael Chandler versus Conor, that's a death sentence for Conor right now. Um, I think he needs to like really level up in terms of his skill, a couple levels, not just level up, like level up twice. I think to get back in the game here. And even if we're talking about Tony Ferguson, man, I'm sure that guy's like he's been training since the loss to Oliveira. So if, I'm sure Tony knows it as well, man. Like he can't afford to lose. So that would be a really good fight. Um, yeah, so let's see. For me, nothing else would make sense. Maybe the third option would be RDA, but I don't know, man. I think a lot of people would agree that that would be the least sort of popular outcome. Although it's I think it's on the table. I think certainly RDA's team would want it, I think. But yeah, um, Connor, and just to wrap this up, like I said, I think he does have a chance at redemption here. I'm not the biggest Connor fan. People who know me will know that. I was always a Conor McGregor skeptic, and even now I don't understand why he's ranked 15 on the UFC pound for pound uh, top list, right? Where he's lost like all of his last fights, basic. I mean, except for Cowboy, right? So I think he's got to train hard. I think he might have to make changes in his team. I'm not sure where he needs to make those changes, but the thing is, I'm not too knowledgeable about his camp. Obviously, I know about Kavanaugh, and I know about him bringing his childhood boxing trainer in, and he grapples with Dylan Dennis. Although this fight that he didn't work with Dylan Dennis, and But I don't know. He might have to make changes there, maybe minor ones, or maybe just a few tweaks and adjustments. I'm not sure. Maybe he just needs to work harder. Maybe he needs to let go of, looking at or spending too much time looking after his other businesses. Maybe he needs to put someone else that's close to him, maybe a relative or his wife, in charge of those things first, while he focuses on training, on sort of really putting that time in. Um, and I think that's really it. Obviously Connor, I've been a Connor skeptic, but he did become a champion in two divisions, right? There's only so much faking it can get you. You're gonna get so far by faking it. At some point, you're gonna have to show your skill, and you won't be a two division champion without doing that. So, yeah, that's it for me, and this topic. Again, thanks for if you listen this far, thanks again. I really appreciate your support. I have like what 11 subscribers at this point, but I'm not quitting. I'm not even thinking about it. Um, you know, Feel free to comment, feedback, anything to improve this this channel and this podcast. So yeah, have a nice night wherever you are. Have a good morning. Have a nice afternoon. Don't forget to hydrate. Try to eat well and get a lot of sleep because that's important. Peace.